Welcome to Hank Wildlife. Deep in the untamed wilderness, survival is the ultimate test. Every creature fights for its place in a world ruled by instinct, strength, and courage. Today, we uncover the story of one of nature's most extraordinary survivors. Meet the honey badger. It is officially documented as the most fearless creature on the planet. Cobras fear it, lions give it a wide berth, and even leopards prefer to avoid confrontation. Weighing a mere 12 kilograms, it carries itself as if the entire wild belongs to it alone. And this isn't just limited to Africa, it commands the same dominance across Asia and the Middle East. Why does it know no fear? How does it manage to survive the deadly bites of venomous cobras? And how did it truly earn its name, given that honey is far from the most vital part of its diet? Today we dissect the evolutionary secrets that allow it to reign as the most audacious beast on Earth. Scientifically classified as Mellivora capensis, its Latin name translates to honey eater of the Cape. And while it superficially resembles a badger, biologically, it charts its own unique path. The honey badger is the sole living representative of its own subfamily. It belongs to the mustelid family, making it a close relative of graceful otters, agile weasels, and, most importantly, the legendary northern wolverine. If you observe a wolverine and a honey badger side by side, the behavioral alignment is striking. Both possess an unyielding spirit, fiercely engaging adversaries that outweigh them many times over. But why honey badger? By all metrics, this creature is a pure, calculated predator. The secret lies in a deep, gastronomic obsession that defined its very identity. The honey badger relentlessly raids wild beehives, but contrary to folklore, it isn't seeking the sweet honey. It covets the bee larvae, a rich, highly concentrated source of protein. For this delicacy, it willingly endures hundreds of furious stings. Where does this professional hive raider operate? Its domain spans nearly all of Africa, from the southern capes to the fringes of the Sahara, across the vast expanses of the Middle East, and deep into the Indian subcontinent. It is equally at home in scorching desert sands, where ground temperatures reach extremes, and in dense tropical forests thick with crushing humidity. It requires only earth to dig a burrow and enough prey to sustain its relentless metabolism. This sheer adaptability has made it one of the most successful species across two massive continents. If nature were to design a masterpiece of biological defense, it would be the honey badger. Its survival is no mere stroke of luck. It is engineered by unique anatomical architecture. Its primary asset is its skin. Around the neck, it reaches a staggering thickness of 6 millimeters. That is comparable to the hide of a Cape buffalo, weighing nearly a ton. This armor is so dense that the piercing teeth of a leopard or the sharp quills of a porcupine are frequently deflected. Yet, this structural shield conceals an even more brilliant tactical secret. The skin fits incredibly loosely. Beneath it lies a highly flexible layer of loose connective tissue. This allows the honey badger to literally rotate inside its own skin. If an apex predator pins it by the scruff, it is far from defeated. It can twist 180 degrees within the enemy's grasp and launch a ferocious counterattack with razor-sharp teeth and claws. For the attacker, it is a shocking, violent reversal. Those foreclaws reach up to 5 centimeters in length, designed to inflict deep, tearing lacerations. With them, the honey badger can vanish beneath sun-baked, iron-hard soil in a matter of minutes. Its muscular shoulder girdle is built for endurance, enabling it to excavate for rodents for hours without exhaustion. Look closely at its profile. There are almost no external ears. They are tightly compressed against the skull. Despite this adaptation to prevent injury while digging, its hearing remains acute, detecting the faint subsurface vibrations of prey. Its jaws are a marvel of engineering. The structural bite force allows it to splinter bones with ease and crush the armored shells of tortoises. In its world, no prey is too heavily defended to consume. The honey badger is an apex opportunist. It consumes everything it can overpower, from small rodents and avian eggs to juvenile antelopes, heavily armed porcupines, and tortoises. Yet nearly a quarter of its entire diet consists of creatures that other savanna residents actively avoid: highly venomous snakes. Here we witness our protagonist's true evolutionary superpower. The honey badger routinely hunts the world's most lethal serpents: black mambas, cape cobras, and massive puff adders. A single strike from any of these could claim a human life within hours, but for the honey badger, it is simply part of the hunt. Biologists have documented a staggering phenomenon. Following a direct envenomation to the face by a puff adder, the honey badger may collapse, appearing entirely lifeless. Its body grows limp, its respiratory rate plummets. But this is not death. It is a profound biological defense mechanism. Within a few hours, the beast stirs, awakens, and calmly finishes eating the very snake that neutralized it. How does this operate at the molecular level? Snake venom heavily relies on neurotoxins that bind to receptors, severing communication between nerves and muscles, causing paralysis and respiratory failure. However, scientists discovered a profound genetic mutation within the honey badger. Their receptors are structurally altered. The toxin molecules fail to recognize their targets and cannot bind to the receptor sites, rendering the lethal payload useless. This genomic armor allows the honey badger to transform lethal cobras into mere sustenance. This exact mechanism is currently being studied to develop next-generation antivenoms, therapies designed not to target specific venoms, but to structurally shield human receptors from attack. Remarkably, a select few other species share a degree of this specialized resistance. Mongooses, wild and domestic pigs, opossums, the European hedgehog, grasshopper mice, and California ground squirrels all possess variants of chemical immunity. In the honey badger, this absolute shield extends to the stings of scorpions and bees. It is one of the exceptionally rare organisms capable of enduring an onslaught from an entire swarm without succumbing to anaphylactic shock. Its immune system acts as a flawless biological filter, granting it total dominion over nature's most toxic weapons. Yet, even with these adaptations, the honey badger is not immortal. In biology, the law of lethal dose always applies. While it can withstand tenfold the venom capacity that would kill a domestic dog or a human, records show that hyper-aggressive swarms of Africanized honeybees, the notorious killer bees, have successfully overcome honey badgers. The sheer volume of venom floods their systems, introducing a critical concentration that even their highly resilient liver cannot process. Open an older natural history textbook, and you will inevitably find a celebrated tale of mutualism. A small bird known as the Honeyguide locates a wild bee nest but cannot breach its defenses. It supposedly guides the honey badger to the location, which uses its massive claws to tear open the hive, feast on the larvae, and leave the remaining beeswax behind for the bird. A beautiful narrative of interspecies cooperation. However, modern science views this alliance with deep skepticism. Biologists have logged thousands of hours tracking honey badgers and have found no definitive evidence that this partnership occurs on a regular basis. The truth is, the honey badger is fiercely self-sufficient. Armed with an exquisite sense of smell, it locates hives entirely on its own. Furthermore, the honey badger is predominantly crepuscular and nocturnal, whereas the Honeyguide is strictly diurnal. Their operational schedules simply do not align. Where did this myth originate? The Honeyguide's unique behavior is very real, but its true partner is human. African tribes have cultivated relationships with the bird for centuries, following its calls to gather wild honey and leaving wax as a reward. Early naturalists likely observed this human-bird dynamic and erroneously projected it onto the honey badger, creating an enduring myth. Nevertheless, the Honeyguide remains an extraordinary avian specimen. It possesses a rare biological adaptation, the ability to digest beeswax, driven by specialized symbiotic microorganisms within its digestive tract. So, while they do not actively hunt in tandem, the bird frequently profits from the wake of destruction a honey badger leaves behind. The honey badger is often caricatured as an unguided missile of raw aggression, attacking first and processing later. Yet, rigorous cognitive studies reveal it possesses one of the highest levels of intelligence within the mustelid family. Its problem-solving capacity is most vividly observed in captivity, where honey badgers prove to be legendary escape artists. They have been documented using advanced tool manipulation, such as leaning heavy rakes against walls to scale them, or molding mud balls that dry into sturdy elevated steps. When a honey badger determines to bypass an enclosure, it does not rely on brute force. It methodically analyzes weak points in locks and latches. In their social lives, they are strict, uncompromising solitaries. An adult honey badger patrols a massive home range spanning up to 500 square kilometers, intersecting with others exclusively to breed. Following a 6-month gestation period, the female typically gives birth to a single, highly vulnerable cub. The mother serves as its sole protector and educator. Throughout its critical first year, she relocates the den every few days, carrying her offspring by mouth to prevent predators from keying in on their scent profile. This intensive educational phase is exceptionally prolonged, lasting up to 18 or even 24 months. During this period, the juvenile shadows her every move, mastering the intricate arts of tracking, physical defense, and the precise mechanics of neutralizing venomous serpents. Only when the subadult fully masters this curriculum of survival does it venture out to claim its own territory. In the unforgiving crucible of the wild, a honey badger's lifespan averages 7 to 10 years. However, when insulated from systemic hazards and provided stable nutrition within managed sanctuaries or zoological parks, their true physiological potential is unlocked, with individuals reaching an astonishing 25 years of age. This is an immense lifespan for a carnivore of this size, a testament to its foundational biological resilience. The honey badger is far more than a viral sensation. It is a masterclass in evolutionary specialization. It thrives in an ecological niche that remains completely inaccessible to others, hunting where it is too perilous and transforming lethal toxins into baseline calories. Within its ecosystem, it functions as a critical regulatory force. Without its predatory pressure, populations of venomous snakes and destructive rodents would surge unchecked. Furthermore, its compulsive burrowing behavior engineers subterranean shelters utilized by dozens of secondary species, from reptiles to small carnivores, incapable of excavating such secure structures on their own. Naturally, coexisting with such an unyielding neighbor presents distinct challenges for humanity. Honey badgers frequently conflict with agriculturalists and apiarists. Today, however, non-lethal mitigation strategies are yielding great success. Elevating commercial beehives onto smooth, elevated iron stands completely deters the honey badger's climbing mechanics, preserving vital human livelihoods while safeguarding this magnificent species. Ultimately, the honey badger offers a profound biological lesson. Evolutionary success is not solely a function of massive scale or raw power. Victory in the natural world belongs to the adaptable, the intelligent, and the unbroken spirit. It stands as a vivid reminder that the wild holds no malice. There are only those who have learned to survive the extremes by converting structural vulnerability into an absolute evolutionary advantage. The honey badger moves onward through the savanna, indifferent to recognition, demanding no respect. It has no need for validation. It already knows that in this wilderness, it commands the final word. Thank you for watching Hank Wildlife. If you enjoyed this journey into the wild, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Join us for more incredible stories from the natural world. Until next time, Keep exploring the wonders of wildlife.